Hello and welcome to another episode of Slay the Spire. We are just trying to get some wins. Ascension 20 Heart. It's very difficult. We died in Act 3 last attempt. We had won the attempt before. We had died the attempt before, a couple attempts before, but won the couple of attempts before. So we're kind of hovering around 50% in our recent samples. Though if you expand the samples to the last 20 games, we're much lower than 50%. So let's just try and get a win. Let's just try and continue to work our win rate higher and higher. We can upgrade a card, obtain 100 gold. Who's our boss? It is the slime boss. We do have an early shop. Slime boss is hard, for sure. Transform 2 cards is kind of cool, but 15 damage is a lot to take. The best post-chest path is probably just Fire Elite, or Elite if we felt like we were especially strong. The best path leading up to that is Elite Fire Elite. Yeah, it's 3 Elites, 2 Fires. Shop right here. Oh, that's very unusual. We could instead do 1 less elite to get the burning elite here in order to hit the early shop, but it means we have to hit this shop as well. But it means we don't have to fight a floor 6 elite. This could be a boss swap. Because I'm thinking, just based on the act layout alone, what we want to do is come to this question mark and then decide if we can handle a floor 6 elite with 3 total elites and 2 total bonus fires, or if we can't handle a floor 6 elite, so we're going to take 1 fewer elite, 2 total elites, 2 total bonus fires, but one of the elites is burning. Then we still hit the 2 shops. But it's just an easier path, right? If that's what we need to do, then that's what we need to do. I think we should transform to defense. Come this way. Come this way. And then right here, we probably want to go this way. And right here we can decide if we somehow got really powerful, maybe our transforms were good. Fight 2 elites before the chest, very aggressive decision, maybe our potions are good. Or, more likely, probably 80% of the time we're going to realize that we're not strong enough to fight an elite quite yet, especially having taken 15 damage for the transform. So we're just going to come here, upgrade, fight 1 elite, come here, maybe look at the shop, maybe rest, fight the last elite. We could transform or strike in and defend. I kind of like the idea of 2 defends because a slime boss. On the other hand, if we're really going to get powerful against slime boss, we probably don't need to be playing all 5 strikes in the first shuffle. We probably want to not be playing all 5 strikes in the first shuffle. So 1 of each actually probably makes us better against the hallway fights. Okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Predator. So we can put this guy down to 3, which is pretty good actually. We should just do this because we don't care for that. Oh, we can't put him down to 3. Sorry, we can put him down to 9, which is way less good because it's out of range of 2 strikes. Oh, but 2 strikes and a neutralize gets there. Take 1. I think we might have been able to do that fight without taking 1. It's hard to say. A second prepared is kind of strange. flying knee actually is kind of good with Predator. It's weird with Predator. The having extra energy on the turn you have extra cards is good, but that would mean that you have to spend all 3 of your energy the turn before playing Predator and Flying Knee, which is 23 damage and just not that impressive. Still though, I think it makes us more powerful. Also, Flying Knee helps on the turn before you play Predator, because it's a 2-mana card. So you can actually do like Flying Knee, Defend, Survivor on one turn, and like Predator, Defend on another turn. It's just not really the damage common that I like to see, and since we transformed into a decent damage uncommon, maybe we can be a little pickier. Wait for Dagger Spray, Dagger Throw, Blade Dance. No potion on the first fight, by the way. Do we take 4 here? Let's try and not take 4. I think we can... Okay. I think we can handle this fight. He chose to buff right away, which is not great for us, but not the end of the world. Okay, this time we'll just take the 1. Nice. Okay. We might have even been able to get away with not taking the 1. But we took 1. No potion again. Poison Stab is pretty good. I think it's better than Flying Knee. It's actually not good against Slime Boss. Didn't get any potions. I think we're going to take Poison Stab, but we're not super excited about it. Nice, Predator on turn 1. Great fight, shouldn't take any damage here. Okay, well here's a Bane to go along with our Poison Stab we took. We took Poison Stab because we're going to run into trouble here if we keep skipping attacks. So we took Poison Stab, even though it's not like my top choice for damage commons. It is damage common. It's better than having a Bane without Poison Stab. But now we have an opportunity to have Bane with Poison Stab or Cloak and Dagger. I like Cloak and Dagger okay. I like Cloak and Dagger better in Act 2. I like it worse against Slime Boss than Bane. Against the elites, I like it better against Sentries, probably worse against Lagavulin, and worse against Gremnob, so I guess we should take the Bane. Okay, we do have a potion, but we have a hard pool fight coming up too. I think we should dig at least once. We can dig again. I'll go down to 24. Go down to 16. It's Neko Skull. We probably shouldn't have looked so hard in Scrapoo's. So this can kill you. Oof, take 8. Not great, not great. Not happy with how this is turning out, but I think we can still beat Act 1. Okay, well Dagger Spray is pretty good. But maybe I want the Cloak and Dagger now, because I need to be more defensive. We'll take the Dagger Spray. We will rest. And then do we fight an elite with no potions? And at 27 health? Probably not. Scoured by Flames, that means it's Sentries. Sentries is probably the best fight. The reason we skipped this elite was because Lagavulin, I think, it was too hard for us. Gremlin Knob is also really scary, but I think we had a chance against Gremlin Knob. They come back right away. That's fine. I don't really want to take 10 here. But if I strike, put this down to 22. Then it dies to Predator Bane, or Predator Strike Neutralize. And then I take another 10. Let's do it this way. Okay, Predator. Neutralize, defend. Down to 10 life. Uh-oh. Seems really hard to win from here. So the minimum damage would be something like Bane neutralize here, and then just survive or defend. Full block this. But drawing 2 extra cards next turn might be really, really good. We also get to develop an artifact peel on one of them if we neutralize the front one, and Predator the back one. There's also the consideration to just let Dagger Spray kill this one. It seems pretty bad. I don't want to take extra dazes into the draw pile. We already added 2 instances of 5 damage, so I think taking 2 is good. In order to draw extra cards next turn, deal 3 extra damage here, peel an extra artifact here. Ah, we're dead. Not much to say about this one. Misplayed with Scrap Ooze. Is very unlucky to see Scrap Ooze at this question mark. I mean, Act 1 events suck. Scrap Ooze is no exception, but we also got unlucky with the Scrap Ooze. I took a 15 damage for Transform too, so you have to play a lot more conservatively with your health. Let's just run it back. So it's probably the enemies in your next 3 combats, even if we can't get a snipe. Don't usually want a snipe. The best path after the chest is Fire Elite. This is a Guardian Act. So Elite Fire Elite. Let's try and grab the max HP. Okay. Full block. Block out, kill the front one. Okay. So far, so good for choosing the max HP over the Meow's Lament. Piercing Wail's okay. It's not a damage card, but it's a good block card against the Guardian. But it's not good against any of the elites, really. It's okay against Lagavulin. But these aren't very good. Let's just take the Piercing Wail, which I think is a good card. Okay, let's remove a defense, since we just took a different defensive card. And let's just do more fights. Excuse me. Okay. We should be okay in this fight. We're weak, so we can't kill next turn no matter what, but we should always be able to block. Not always, but we didn't get really unlucky and find ourselves in a situation where we were unable to block, and now we do have lethal. Okay, once again, we're glad we have the max HP instead of the Meow's Lament. Well-Laid Plans is a really powerful card on Silent. It's especially good with Piercing Wail, and Footwork is especially weak with Piercing Wail, so we should just take the Well-Laid Plans. I guess we can Well-Laid Plans here. Hold on to the strike. Piercing Wail, strike, strike. Just neutralize, hold on to the strike. Thought about holding on to the neutralize, but we can just draw the neutralize back again, which we did. Strike, survivor. That was a mistake. We should have held on to the strike, and we're punished for it. We take 1 damage here that we didn't need to. We should have discarded the Ascender's Bane and held on to the strike, but I'm used to not wanting to discard the Ascender's Bane, so it exhausts itself, but in this fight it didn't matter because it wasn't going another shuffle. Okay, Deadly Poison is very good against the Guardian. It's very good against Lagavulin. It's not great against Sentries. And it's not great against Gremlin Knob, but that's okay. I think we still take it. Piercing Wail is helpful. Defend. And then I guess we just strike the back guy to make sure we can kill him next turn. Or Deadly Poison the back guy to make sure we can kill him next turn, then he even dies to neutralize. That's better. Yep, neutralize, strike the front guy. This can be a tough fight, but it looks like it's going okay. Not great. Jawworm did buff on 2. Take another 4 here. But I think ultimately we're going to be okay. Attacking for 22. Jeez Louise. So we can take 11. Can we kill with the poison potion? I think we should just take 11. Even if poison potion was a kill. Which it's not, right? Strike would put him down to 13. No, it would be a kill. Poison potion to save 11 life. I think it saves more in the Lagavulin fight. It was a little unlucky though that he was attacking for 22 there instead of something else. Well, here's an Alchemize. Okay, Alchemize, our Ancient Potion helps against Gremlin Knob. I think we should do the Elite. This might be our worst matchup. And they rolled okay on the health totals. Okay, peeling the artifact charge right away though is really nice. Well-laid plans is also really nice. Survivor is also really nice. And then hold on to strike. Piercing Whale. Deadly Poison defend. So you're taking 10 this turn, then 9 is 19. So we do need to hit him one more time. But I think we hold on to the defend. I think next turn we're going to double defend strike, and then he'll be dead before he attacks. Okay, we get to... let's just draw right away. Lock. Weaken. And then who do we want to start poisoning? I guess we want to hit the one with lower health. Makes sense. Take 2. Well-laid plans is huge in this fight, by the way. Definitely an unlucky draw there. The fact that we have to discard a card is too bad. It would be nice if we had this strike in the next draw instead of getting put into the discard pile like that. That's okay. Survivor's great. Strike. And now it's dead to neutralize. Or, of course, any other damage card. We didn't get there, but that's okay. Maybe it's even a good thing, because now it's dead to just its own poison next turn. Hope we draw another block card. We did, so we get to block this out. Okay, we've got neutralize coming up, but having our defense skip a shuffle this round was pretty bad. Take another 7. Geez, this sentry's just destroyed us. That's okay. Cloak and Dagger, Leg Sweep, Escape Plan. Leg Sweep is okay. Do we want to rest? Probably. We're just dead to Gremlin Knob though. So what we should probably do is just dodge. Yeah. So we're really good against Guardians. So what we do is we just don't fight any more elites this act, and so we just greed on 12 health and rest, or not rest, and upgrade. Upgrade our deadly poison maybe. Missed out on a couple of relics that way, but maybe that's dumb then. But even if we rest, do we beat Gremlin Knob? And I think the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no. So, well, we got this upgraded strike, this upgraded neutralize. Ancient potion. I think we're just not ready to fight Gremlin Knob. So we're gonna smith the deadly poison. It's a lot more damage per turn. Okay. Double defend. Really bad turn 1 draw. Didn't get any of our weak. That's okay. Take another 1 damage. Should be able to kill him next turn. Yep, if we just draw a deadly poison. So we took 2 damage, not a huge deal, but when you're at 12 life, it's definitely not great. Take a slice. Yeah, I'll take a slice. Smiling Mask is good. We're about to see a shop. Gives us kind of a strategy for the run. Path into a lot of shops, remove a lot of cards. Noxious Fumes. It's pretty good in slow fights. Second deadly poison though is like kind of similar. Like Noxious Fumes is good in boss fights, but maybe I just like deadly poison's even better in boss fights, kind of. It's not necessarily true. I think it kind of goes back to that optionality. I think I'd rather have a Noxious Fumes to pair with my deadly poison. They're better in different fights. They're better in different ways. Noxious Fumes is better on less energy because to be powerful against boss fights, you kind of need to... You kind of have this pressure on yourself to draw into and then play deadly poison as often as you can. And that can take a lot of energy. Whereas with Noxious Fumes, like the time situation is off. You don't have as much like energy pressure to draw and play repeatedly your damage solution. Your damage solution is just like set, ready to go, and then you can spend all your energy just blocking, while Noxious Fumes does the work for you. Also peels artifact charges against the heart in the middle of that fight in a really meaningful way. Peels artifact charges like in every fight, you know, Donu Deka, Shield and Spear. Also, yeah, better against the AoE boss fights, right? So Donu Deka, Shield and Spear. I like that. I like that logic. Okay. So we're a very control-y deck. We're very slow, piercing whale, leg sweep, upgraded neutralize. Very good defensive options have been added to the deck, and then like very strong inevitability with the poison as damage per turn. So where does that leave us as far as like what we want to do for the rest of the act and for Act 2? I think it leaves us in a position where we want to decide later which avenues we're going down, and so we should not buy anything else at the shop. Okay. Can we make it through these 3 hallways with 10 life is the next question. We just fought Thief, which is like the easiest hard pool fight, so we could be in trouble against some of the others. Upgrading Noxious Fumes is pretty nice. What helps most in the hallway fights though, like an upgraded Slice? Probably just an upgraded Noxious Fumes. It's 3 hallway fights though. I think we need to rest because it's really hard to go 3 hallway fights without taking 10 damage. If it was just 1 hallway fight, that'd be one thing, but it's not. Okay, we have this Alchemize, so we want to spend our potions more aggressively. We would have gotten away with not resting. We now see because we have this regen potion. But it was impossible to know. Five puts him down to 47, minus 31, no, 41, and then 32, which splits, which I think is good. Guess we'll hold on to the defend. Since we're going to be weak, the strike is unlikely to be helpful. Can we kill? We would need to deal 13. We can, but we wouldn't be able to play any block cards, so I would rather just block, block, block. Okay, so here we're taking 3 damage, so we would be at 7 life if we hadn't rested and we hadn't gotten the regen potion. So could we get through the next 2 hallway fights without taking 7 damage? Maybe, maybe not. Tactician's okay. So we can pick up like an acrobatics. Sure. Not really that into dagger throw. Dagger throw is okay too. I just don't think we need it. This is another easy hard pool fight. Although not great draw order. Excuse me. Wow, yeah, really bad draw order. I wanted the well-laid plan sooner. I want these defend cards now. We could use the swift potion, but we don't need to. We're gonna take like 1 here. Yeah, so that would put us at 6 life if we had not rested and not gotten lucky with the potion. Backflip is really good. Tough fight. It's attacking for 16. We'll block out. We don't develop any damage this way, but we develop the time to continue to block out. Can we kill you? No. Piercing will defend would take 1. So we'll alchemize with the other energy. We've got the inevitability on our side with the noxious fumes. Alright, how much damage did we take that fight? Did we take just 1? I think I've lost track of where we would be at if we hadn't rested and hadn't gotten lucky with our potion. Crippling Cloud? Probably not. Probably not. It's very redundant with Noxious Fumes. Yeah, so it would have been much better if we had upgraded. Kind of surprising. Although, I mean, right here we have to take some damage, so maybe we made the right call. Yeah, I guess we made the right call after all. I should have used the skill potion there. But I'll use the swift potion here to make sure we split before. I guess we should backflip to make these all skip a shuffle. And we do that because we want to see Deadly Poison Survivor more often. Like Sweep more often also. And now he's got enough poison on him that splitting him before each attack is trivial. Don't want to take any damage. So we will Piercing Wail. This fight's over. He's dead in 2 turns, we just have to block this turn. Okay. Easy Guardian fight, but we did take a lot of damage, so I guess I'm glad that we rested at that 1 fire. Although using our potions more aggressively probably would have been appropriate as well. Second Alchemize is super unnecessary. Grand Finale is okay. I don't think we need that for our damage plan. And then Corpse Explosion is kind of unnecessary with the noxious fumes. Although it's good with the well-laid plans. Helps in a lot of those tricky Act 2 fights. Slavers, birds, even chosen cultist. I think we're okay against those fights with the noxious fumes, piercing whale, defense strategy. So I'm gonna skip. Velvet Choker's actually really good here. With this poison style of deck. I really want the extra energy, and the other two boss relics there were not extremely impressive. Okay, I don't feel especially good at elite fights. Oh, shops are especially good because of Smiling Mask. We can only path into 2 shops. We probably should path into this shop. And maybe Fire Elite, and then Fire Elite shop. I kind of like that. Yeah. Seems good. I don't think the other options were really viable. Okay, this can be a tricky fight. Didn't get a great draw order. I think we probably want to skill potion this turn. Okay, Corpse Explosion to peel both artifact charges. Noxious Fumes, Deadly Poison. Defend, defend, take 1. He's not dead next turn, but we should be able to block with Piercing Well. Guess we still take 4 in this world. But that's pretty much totally fine. Choker went to 5 that turn. Should be okay. So what was that, a 5 damage fight? Not bad. If we only take 5 damage per fight, we would win. Deflect is not great with the Choker. Same thing with Calculated Gamble. Second Deadly Poison is a little weird, but probably good. It's close. Against Champ, we probably stack Poison fast enough anyway, and we just want to see a Catalyst. More defensive cards. I'm gonna skip on the unupgraded Deadly Poison. Okay, Piercing Whale is good. I think Strength Potion is appropriate in this fight. We'll go ahead and skip the Alchemize for now. Maybe we draw back to it, maybe we don't, but... Okay, we're blocked out. This kills him in 2 turns, which is a really nice breakpoint. Please attack me, I guess, is what I want him to do. Good, he is attacking, although that does mean we take 3 more damage. Means we're more likely to save our gold. And more likely to get back to our Alchemize also, I forgot about that. Looks like we're not going to save our gold, though. Yeah, he's running away with our money. That's too bad. Took 60 gold from us. Prepared and Calculated Gamble are pretty bad with the choker, so I'm gonna skip. We want the question mark. It's a lot of gold, considering we can remove it for free. But removing our other strikes is like pretty nice. Like basically would I pay 225 gold to remove an extra strike? No, right? That's gotta be 100% foolish. Okay, start with Noxious Fumes is really good. The Well-Laid Plans is also really good. So what potion do we want to use? Fire Potion to try and... We could use both potions. I'm okay with potions. The Fire Potion to kill Sentry, because he's going to be really hard to kill anyway. And then probably the Ancient Potion to block the Frail here. Okay. And we'll block here. We need to block for another 7. So Survivor is good for that. And then hits, and then let's peel another artifact. So that way Piercing Wail can help us block next turn. That's too bad. Take 3 from that and 12 from this. That's a rough hard duel. 15 damage taken so far. And it's not over. Although we should be okay. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. And 2 potions used. Really, really tough fight there. Like, not happy with the outcome there. Took a lot of damage. Blur is considerable. This Tactician is feeling so bad. I think this deck would be a lot better without a Tactician, because then we go into the next door, move the Regret, and now we've got a 19 card deck with more removes to come. Let's just block and, you know, and then we can take more backflips and stuff. But like now we kind of feel this pressure to take acrobatics, which is not great with the Velvet Choker. I would take an acrobatics still, but I think we just skip for now. Okay, we do get to remove that Regret. Okay, Potion Belt is great. Very happy to see Potion Belt. Do we want Apotheosis? Apotheosis is great too, right? Yeah, I like the Apotheosis. Do we want the Acrobatics now? I think one Acrobatics is in order. We could wait around until we see it so we don't have to buy it. But I think it makes us stronger now. And upgrading that Apotheosis makes a lot of sense. Okay, perfect Velvet Choker, even with the acrobatics. Terrible hand here. I'm gonna choose not to leg sweep because it'll force her to heal next turn. Really don't want her to be attacking next turn. And then of course we draw no defensive cards. I mean, we could have known that that was our forecast. Take 18 is really bad. Can we kill him? I think it's fine to just take a couple of damage. To save the potions. Like, these potions are all very valuable. Okay, you're dead. You're dying. Choker is stopping me a little bit here, but it doesn't really matter that much. She's dead next turn. Okay, so I want a catalyst. I would take a burst. Footwork. Well, there's a catalyst. Okay, this is a really hard fight still, though. Let's try and find a way to survive this by drinking these potions aggressively. I think it might be Infinite Blades. To make sure we can kill these gremlins and stuff. What was the other option? There was After Image, there was one more. Oh, Tools of the Trade. I was trying to, I didn't consider if Apotheosis would matter for any of them, and Apotheosis literally didn't affect any of those options there. Okay. Liquid Bronze is a decent potion in this fight. Okay, and hopefully we're not dead next turn. There's a good chance we are. If she's attacking, which she is. So yeah, we just died. Ah! That's frustrating. Right, nothing we can do. Does this kill here? She's at 30, so no, it doesn't even kill her. Or the Mad Gremlin, I mean. Even if it did, we would still be exactly dead. No, she would have overkill on us by 1. Yeah, we needed to draw a weaken there. Lots of draws save us there. Admittedly, the what's it called? Tools of the Trade would have been better, or I mean, After Image wouldn't have saved us, so I guess we would have had to do Tools of the Trade here. There's the tricky thing that like if you're going back just to see what would have happened like this. Yeah, the extra card we would have drawn would have been a strike, which wouldn't have helped. It doesn't even kill this Mad Gremlin still, yeah. But also it's possible that like the RNG is different if you go back and do something different, like choose a different potion. Like, I think it's possible that she actually chooses different attack. That might not be true. Most of the times I've done like saves and quits to just science what was happening in that fight. Their attack pattern is really consistent. It's just the cards that you draw might be different depending on the order you play them. Like the way your deck shuffles back in is different depending on if you play like strike defend versus defend strike. So what went wrong there? Tactician was a really bad pick. I know that doesn't necessarily like encapsulate everything that happened. It's really easy to see that even without a tactician in our deck, we probably like don't win that fight. So what else? Taking 18 against Centurion Mystic is pretty unlucky. I don't know, honestly, unlucky. It's pretty bad, right? Whether or not we had control over that, we could have looked at our draw pile, known that we weren't going to get enough draw card or block cards to save us from Centurion potentially attacking. He's just not guaranteed to attack that turn, so I think we might have been able to make him weak and saved like 4 or 5 life that way. And that still wouldn't have mattered against Gremlin leader, but if you imagine maybe we never took the tactician, looks a little bit better. The apotheosis felt a little bit, it felt strong, right? All of these blocking for 8 matters a lot. I'm pretty happy with the apotheosis. Spent gold on a potion belt, that felt really good. I think in reality what was wrong with this was from the very beginning. Look at our card picks: Piercing Wail, Well-Laid Plans, Deadly Poison, Alchemize, Leg Sweep. I don't think that's the way to build your deck. It doesn't get you through Act 2. Act 2 is just way too hard if you don't have really heavy front-loaded damage. So that's all there is to it. The hallway fights are hard, right? Even if you think you're gonna path really conservatively, one, sometimes you're forced to take an elite like we were here, and then two, sometimes the hard pool fights are just as difficult as the elite fights as far as punishing you for going too slow, not killing them fast enough. If we had seen a snake plant instead of Centurion Mystic, we would have been totally toast. Yeah, I guess there's the RNG of well-laid plans being on the bottom right, so we couldn't plan to block Centurion with the well-laid plans. Or if we had Snake Plant, well-laid plans can land the Piercing Wail on a turn we need it to, but if you bottom deck well-laid plans, then it's just no good. I think, yeah, I think this was a good reminder of being, I guess, more boring in Act 1. Right? So we just lost twice in a row, and both losses I think come down to us trying to be too interesting with how we played Act 1, which is how we get on these crazy loss streaks. Like if, you know, we had a 50-50 win rate, I was saying, but if you go back before that, we lost like 20 in a row. And I think that's because we get into these weird mindsets of, you know, we come off like a really hard fought loss, and we're convincing ourselves that it's like, oh, if I'm gonna get a different outcome, I really need to mix up what I'm doing. And maybe that's true, but like playing really weird in the early game to try and like close out some obscure alternate win condition for Act 3 or 4, maybe limping our way through Acts 1 and 2, is just not reliable. Here, taking 15 damage to the Neon bonus and then 26 damage to Scrappers, thinking that we can like mount some unforeseen advantage, and then just limp on through Act 1 by dodging everything is bad. Obviously, we didn't have to fight this in the event here, but if we can't beat sentries, then like the rest of the the run seems kind of pointless. Like, we're never going to be powerful enough to beat anything we need to if we're not even, like, getting ourselves powerful enough to beat the easiest elite for us in that situation. And then here's the exact same story. We died much later, but it's the same story of we skipped a Bane we could have taken. Maybe Riddle's Holes was even better. This well-laid plans make sense because the other two cards are bad. Another Bane to go with, yeah, if we'd taken Bane, then this Deadly Poison's a lot better. Or if we had taken Riddled with Holes, then maybe we take Bane here, or Crippling Cloud here. Well, Crippling Cloud's not better than Deadly Poison. Oh, yeah, this is a tough one. Alchemize over Dagger Spray. It's hard to say Alchemize is wrong. Leg Sweep over Cloak and Dagger. We did take the Slice. Now I'm going back over the card picks. It's like, they actually made a lot of sense for what we were doing. I don't think we were trying to be too fancy. But maybe the floor 1 Piercing Well was bad. And then we path ourselves too conservatively. We purchased a Noxious Fumes. Removed another strike. Okay, this Tactician we know is terrible, right? Dagger Throw would have been great here. Backflip instead of Dagger Throw. Yeah, we could have taken another Dagger Throw here, just get a little bit more front load. Could have taken Bane here. Get a lot more front load. So just build a much bigger deck. And then in Act 2, maybe we can burst down Sentry a little bit easier, or the Centurion a little bit easier. Yeah, these hard pool fights, we took 20 damage and 15 damage. It's just too much damage, and then we're dead to Gremlin Leader. And then the elites are going to be dead to so much less often if we can like kill those gremlins on turn 1 because we added a bunch of aggressive cards to our deck. We do a lot better. Okay, I would write shorter sermons, but I get too lazy to quit, right? I'm sorry for the long-winded post-game analysis, but I think it's important to really break these down so we don't get into a rut of thinking we need to change things that we don't need to change. There are some things we don't need to change and some things we do need to change. In this case, I think we do need to change our perception that we can get through to Act 3 and 4 by only picking up boss types of damage, like poison. You can't get there. You need Act 2 types of damage to front load stuff, like a backstab. It's still very good at this point in the game. And that affects that mentality. Like, yeah, you can point to card picks as to how that mentality would change our play, but it changes a lot. It changes a lot about how we play around with potions for Alchemize, how we path. So the learning moment here isn't like a specific card pick or another, it's just the mentality that we can only pick poison related damage and try and just beat the bosses with poison, since poison is like, look, you know, well, the Guardian doesn't look like it was very easy, but the Guardian actually was very easy. And so it's easy to convince yourself, it's like, well, if I can just beat all the bosses, then I don't need to worry about anything else. And I think that's the mentality that lost us. Whether or not you want to point to a specific card reward or not, we need to just be more careful about running into that mentality. Kind of a similar thing here. Like, oh, we took a bunch of damage, but it's okay, because if we can just get strong in other creative ways, then we don't need to fight any elites. We don't need to be good against elites. Like, well, you're going to be forced to fight elites eventually. And even if you aren't, you need to be good against hallway fights too, which does not involve taking 26 damage to an event after taking 15 damage to the Meow bonus. Alright, thank you for watching. Sorry that you have to watch a couple of losses in a row, but hopefully you're learning with me. We're learning together. We're getting better at the game together. It's not an easy game, so if you're going to get better, you need to be willing to not only play some losses, but really dig in and analyze them and figure out why they are losses and how you're going to turn them into wins in the future. So for that reason, while I prefer to record victories, I'm happy to record losses to sit and ponderize with you as to what we're supposed to do to get the win next time. I hope to see you next time, and thank you so much.